our vacation, and I need a vacation from my vacation.
It's been a lot, but we've got it.
It was fun! Woo woo!
It was all fun.
It was a blast. Yeah.
We had a great time. We learned all the ins and outs of Universal, and we had a bunch of fun.
A bunch of fun. Yep, now I headed to my parents' house and spend the night. Yep.
Let's do it.
Yep.
What?
We saw you swerve in. I saw you swerve, and we're like, I bet Mom wants to go. And
We saw a flea market. We're like, yeah, Busty Yui. I saw a
Do y'all
flea
wanna look or
market.
no?
We're gonna go check it out.
Here we are, minutes away.
Yeah.
Savannah Bay, we made it. We are here, people. We are here. In front of us, baby. In front of us. Here we are. Let's go get checked in. Hey, Wesley.
Yes, babe.
We're on the 7th floor.
know.
We're in the hotel.
We're on vacation.
Yes, we have made it, y'all.
Yes.
We have arrived. This is the spacious little entry room. This is the little mini kitchen. And this is the lovely
Texted my mom and
bedroom.
dad.
We made it, guys. We have arrived. And check out the view.
We drove over 10 hours to get here.
We are up here, guys. We are way on up here. Long way down. Yep. We're going to be in this small space together for the next 5 days, y'all. We are on our way to the ferry that's going to take us to the theme park. This is Sapphire Falls Resort. It's beautiful. We're going to just skip on through here and down to the ferry. This is just magnificent. We are on the ferry boat, honey. We're ready to roll.
Ready to roll.
Oh, beautiful.
However, Islands Adventure has CPA access to hotel guests only until 9 a.m. Both theme parks will be closing at 7 p.m. tonight, while City Walk will cease operations at midnight.
It's like a fairyland.
Oh, wow. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Let's do it.
I have no idea. We're just walking.
There is water fill-ups.
Yay.
Yeah. I guess we should have brought our cups in.
Now this is the way to do it, guys. The lazy river, relaxing. I might just go to sleep. Y'all can come get me in a few hours. Night night. Miles, how are you? Good. Having fun? Yeah. Oh, we're going through there. We're going through there. Here we go. A waterfall. Woo! Good morning, guys. I'm on the floor playing with these puppies. These puppies are so happy to see us. They're so rambunctious and so playful. They are so playful, and they're happy to be back together because, as y'all know, we had a babysitter for puppy Jazzy here. We had somebody babysitting her, and their family did a great job. Zach and his family did an amazing job babysitting her. She is happy and healthy. She got bigger and stronger, but she was so happy to see us. She was happy to have her family back. And so we've been loving on our animals, all of our puppy dogs and kitty cats. And I had some things to do, some stuff like just changed around here. You come back to your homestead. Stop, Jazzy. Come back to your homestead or your garden or your house, and you've been gone for a week, and like everything changed. Like you won't even recognize it. So stuff probably blew up in y'all's gardens if y'all have ever left it alone for like a week or two and come back and you're like, what happened? So I've got lots of stuff to do and reorganize and clean up and change and harvest. There's lots of stuff that just I thought surely wouldn't make anything that did, and stuff that I thought would surely die that didn't. So I've got coolers to clean out and put away. But one of the things that I did in my garden was I harvested the rest of the melons, the ones that looked somewhat, harvestable, the ones that looked almost ready or close to ready, anywhere near ready, or the ones that were little, but they still, they were about done, like the tendril was dead on it. It wasn't going to get any bigger. They were little, but they're ripe. So when you cut into them, there's still fruit in there. It's still harvestable. So I had to get them early. So I got this, but I also had 2 more red ones that I've already cut up and 1 huge orange one that I've already cut up. So I cut those up yesterday. They're in the fridge. I'm going to show you. Jazzy, shh, I'm filming. Talking to Big Finger. So I've already cut those up, and I've already eaten half of the red, but I will show it to you. And I've still got to go out and get, guys. They are rambunctious, my goodness. Okay. I've still got to go get a lot of peppers, and y'all got to see my loofahs. I'm going to take you outside and show you the loofahs, and just all this stuff is just thriving. It's loving the cooler temperatures. Everything is loving these cooler temperatures, guys. The temperature just dropped outside, and it was like in the 50s this morning. Oh, it was amazing. We're having like those cool breezy nights. Fall has finally showed its face, and I can feel it in the air. Like the humidity slacked off. It got so much drier outside, and I could breathe again. I didn't feel like I was dying outside, and the temperature just was so lovely. I could go outside and not sweat to death and die. I can actually get out there and do things now. I was going on walks. I was happy to like work outside and exercise outside and get things done outside. I missed my outside life. And now that the temperature has gone down enough that I can survive it, now I can go outside and play, and it feels so good, y'all, so good. And here is the huge orange watermelon that I cut up in this big bowl. It doesn't look like much because, like I said, we ate on it some, but that was a big watermelon. And then the red one that I left the fork in it because I was snacking on it last night. This is the last of the red ones. I do believe there is no more red watermelons. That is officially the last bit of it, but that's a good harvest for it being fall. It's September and I'm still harvesting watermelons. I'm pulling melons out of my garden in late September. What? Like, only in the South, right? Only in the South. The geese are so pretty when they're sleeping. And they got their heads all tucked in like that into their feathers. They got their heads wrapped around their bodies, and they're just snoozing. They're soaking in the morning sun. That is pretty. And we got that one male on guard. That's definitely a male. He is on watch. He's watching the rest of the flock. Oh, they heard something. They heard something. Alarm, alarm. Well, they were sleeping for a second. Morning walk with Jazzy. Lead the way, Biscuit. What a beautiful, beautiful day. Oh, let's go on a nice walk, you guys. What you sniffing? What you smelling, huh? Here's all the peppers I mentioned. All these peppers have turned red. Beautiful shades of red. And the hot peppers are turning orange over here. We got a couple of bananas, a couple of bells, but we need to do some harvesting. That's for sure. So off we go on our morning walk. Avery is joining me because she wants to be healthy like me.
Yeah, you get that exercise in.
Yeah, get that energy going, get that exercise in, be healthy and strong, get the cardio It's a lovely morning for a walk, isn't it? So nice. Tell me what again what you were saying a minute ago. She was saying about her turkeys.
Yeah, I was saying on the back porch, like the back door, I opened the blinds and I just saw Tot eating the cat food on the porch. And so I went and I picked it up, and then she started fussing at me. She was like, meek, 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 meek. And I was like, no, you can't eat cat food.
So one of our big grown turkeys, anyone who's been following our channel knows about Tater and Tot, our full grown turkeys that are strictly pets. And they love to get into anything. They'll eat any treat you give them, just about. You give them a treat and they love it. They will run up to you and beg for treats. But lately they've got a bad habit of when we feed our barn cats on our back porch.
Yeah.
That's where we feed the barn cats. We will find the turkeys eating the cat food. So I know that's probably not the best diet for them, but I mean, it is what it is. They haven't died from it yet.
Yeah.
I know it's not great for them, but we've been trying to discourage that and trying to get them to quit. But
Yeah.
it's like people
Turkeys
ask,
are forever hungry.
yeah, people ask, what do you feed your turkeys? Cat food. Oh, even though I'm sweating, that was such a nicer and better walk than it has been in the
Beautiful.
torturous death heat of summer. It's
Yeah.
been so much better. I'm a sweaty person anyway, so it's okay if I sweat. But it's so much nicer knowing that I can breathe and that it's cooler and I can feel the cold air around me. It's
Yeah.
lovely. What did you find, Avery?
I got some first signs of fall.
Nice.
I got a yellow leaf, an orange leaf, and a
Isn't
brown
that
leaf.
beautiful? Fall is on its way, y'all. It's almost here. The first sign of fall is here.
This morning it was 54 degrees. It was cold.
Wasn't it lovely?
Yes.
Ooh, made me want to. I know the kids are responsible for like morning chores and stuff, but it made me want to like get out there and do it with them. I was like, I'm so excited that it's not hot.
For real.
Okay, we're in the greenhouse. What we got, Avery?
So what I was doing just now is I was checking up on my bonsais. These are the ones that turn red in the like spring and summer and stuff.
The Royal Poinciana?
Yes.
Yeah, however you say it. I think it's Royal Poinciana.
Something like that. But
They're
these,
pretty.
They're getting bigger and their trunks are getting thicker.
It's getting more stout. See, I've potted them and they're just like loving life now.
And with the other types, we have one blue jacaranda.
Yeah, jacaranda.
Something like that. But that's the one that has like the blue, like the hanging.
Oh,
vines.
that's the one I really wanted.
Yeah, and then we have one Rocky Mountain pine.
Nice. That's pretty generic. That's the one that most people think of when they think of bonsai. That's the one that they're usually going for is a Rocky Mountain pine. But there's so many different types of bonsais.
Yes.
And look, your succulent is doing great.
It is. It's
Loving
growing.
life. So yeah, those look tall and healthy.
So we have 4 of the red ones, 1 blue one, and 1 pine.
Okay, yeah, sadly the others either didn't germinate or they shriveled and bit the dust because of the heat and no watering for a week while we were gone on our trip. But
But we do have some survivors, so
I'm okay with what we have. I like it.
Yeah.
Greenhouse is doing great, guys. I've actually noticed that absence makes the heart grow fonder. So I left this stuff alone for a week thinking, oh, it's going to suffer without me. And nope, it has not suffered at all. Actually, some stuff has thrived. This rose has just like zoom, all that growth, that tall stout stem there was not there when I left, and now it is. And some stuff has just exploded and done really well without me. So I guess that was a little bit of a humbling experience, a little kick to my pride. And these plants don't need me as much as I maybe think they do. They're going to be fine if I leave them alone for a little bit. They'll be fine. Maybe I need to back off of the love.
this maple came back to life.
Yeah, and I surely thought this maple had bit the dust and died on me, but I leave it alone for a week and it is back. It's back to life and it's throwing off more leaves.
And it's like
So glad that's alive.
And if you look on the bottom, there's some more green leaves. And it's growing.
I got this maple for a really good price and I wanted a Japanese maple really badly, so I'm so happy that's alive. My golden variegated thyme is not looking beautiful. I need to trim it up and get all the dead spots off. It's not looking wonderful, but it is alive, so I will take that. I'll take alive and well. That's good. If you need a little bit of humility, if you need a kick to your pride like that, like I did, just leave your plants alone for a little bit. Not so long that they die, but maybe just like back off. I tend to do the helicopter mom thing with my kids and with everybody else's kids and with everybody in general, with adults too. I do the helicopter thing and I try to like mother people to death. I'm a little over mothering. I get it. That's a flaw of mine. I can admit that. It's one of my faults, I know, but I have learned that if I back off just a little, if I draw back on that helicopter mom instinct just a little, then people thrive on their own. They grow, they do better. Give them a chance to learn and do things on their own, spread their wings a little bit. Just like plants, I got to back off that helicopter mom syndrome.
What is this?
That is a mum, believe it or not. And
it's happy.
It's happy, but it desperately needs to be
yeah, it's like its roots are coming out.
Yeah, it's time for a 1 gallon pot for sure. That thing is wanting to grow. It's wanting to expand. So we got to pot a lot of things in here actually. I have to make sure I label this because if I don't put a label in these mums, I'm never going to remember which mum was which until they like bloom and start showing color.
Yep. Yeah, let me get some water in here.
Thank you, Avery. I appreciate it. You're always helping me in the garden. You're so sweet.
I love it. I love plants and growing.
She's going to be, yeah, she's along with Lily, the herbalist, and Sarah, the animal caretaker. Avery and I share a love for plants. And growing vegetation, growing vegetables.
Yep.
She shares my passion for gardening, so I'm sure that when she's older, she's going to have her own garden, and it's going to be glorious.
You got to wet the soil down.
Yeah, squish that soil down. Nice and moist. Oh, Biscuit Basket, what do you think? What do you think, Biscuit Basket? And I've got some mowing to do today, some yard cleanup.
Well, I would love to mow.
Yeah? Okay. Well, I might gas up the mower for you. You can go ahead and mow.
Is it fixed?
Yeah, it's fixed, but I got to make sure that tire is the only thing. The tire needs to be aired up now and then. It's not completely, fixed, but the mower works. That's the important part.
Yeah, because that wasn't working. And so.
Mower works and it's running great and it's cutting great, but that little tire, we got to make sure that's got air in it.
Yep.
And I'll gas it up for you and you can go mow.
In months.
Nice.
Months and months. And
it's gonna feel so good when you do.
Yep.
And
I don't even know if I can get this thing in the pot. Oh, there we go. Look at that.
There you go. Look at that. That big old taproot is like searching for more soil. And guess what I'm gonna be doing inside, Avery?
Cleaning?
Well, cleaning, yeah. I gotta clean house, which I do every day. But I'm excited because I get to cut up more carrots and put them in that fermentation liquid. So yeah, I'm gonna be fermenting more carrots today. And I might even make some apple cinnamon muffins today because I know you kids are snacky and hungry. I will be sweet and feed y'all.
A minute in this house.
Oh no. If I make a batch of my apple cinnamon muffins, guys, it's not gonna last. It's a rare creature around here. It goes quick. They will eat a whole batch of muffins real fast.
Mm-hmm.
Get it all snug down in there. Good job.
This thing is so tall. Oh my
and you're probably gonna have to like lean it against something or prop it against something until it gets established. That big old heavy foliage there needs some support.
You just gotta put it upright.
There you go.
Pack it in. Boop, boop, boop. Mwah.
Now prepare to be amazed, people. If any of you have looked back on our other videos and you saw what the loofahs used to look like on this trellis, look at it now. It is just taken over. It's covering the entire trellis. It's become this uncontrollable thing. It's growing out here onto the weed fabric. It's just everywhere, and it's throwing off more blooms and more flowers. Like, I've never seen loofah this healthy. I've never grown loofah like this. This is amazing. This is exactly what I had hoped for. This is like a really, really good success. I call this a win. And check out the loofahs. Oh my goodness. I could not be happier. Look at it changing color. Do y'all see that? It's going from that dark to like a lighter color, and that one's pretty light. It's just gonna get lighter and lighter. All these loofahs that are hanging are just gonna turn lighter and lighter until they get drier and drier, and that's what you want. You want to dry them out, and then you can, once they're fully dried out, you peel them open basically, and you get the dried out loofah that's inside of it, and that's what you use and harvest as the actual loofah. But I am just stunned and impressed by this. I come under here and I walk under here and I see all these loofahs and touch all these, and it's just, Oh, it amazes me that I did this, like I grew this. Please ignore all the weeds and grass that are in the walkway. I've been gone for over a week. I have not weed eated, I have not mowed, I have not hand weeded, I have not done anything, so the weeds and grass have just like taken over here in the middle. But I'm okay with that for now. I will fix it, I promise. These beautiful Peggy Martins are just growing so well. Look at it catching hold and doing what it's supposed to do. It's trailing up the trellis here. And our tribute from a viewer to Bashy. Sebastian, forever in our hearts to 2023. And I love hearing it sing. I love coming out here and listening to the chimes and looking at the Peggy Martins. I'm picturing what it will look like when it's covering this whole thing. They're just healthy. They're happy now. I'm so glad to have them out of pots and into some dirt and into a spot where they can grow. And this purple basil seems very happy right beside the Peggy Martin. I know the time for basil's coming to a close, especially with cold weather. The basil will peter out. The minute it hits cold weather, it's done. So basil will be no more, and the Peggy Martin will continue to thrive. But right now, it's happy living alongside that basil. Another thing I was very, very pleased to see is that the yarrow that was in this bed, it used to be celosia. The celosia's time is done. I don't think it will come back. I need to either pull, they pull real easily, so I either need to pull or clip these old dead pieces out of here. I'm scared to disturb the yarrow though. So what I was saying was this celosia bed had yarrow in it. It had a bunch of yarrow growing, and y'all can see right there that it is all coming back now. The yarrow is growing again. It's got the celosia out of the way, so it's not competing with the celosia. The time for yarrow is now, so these cooler temperatures that have dropped down, it's not so swelteringly hot, have given the yarrow a chance to thrive. So now this bed can fill itself with yarrow. So I'm just going to snip off all these dead branches and old dead stuff and let the yarrow just take over this little bed right here, and it's going to be full of that good, awesome medicinal yarrow. Look at all these red peppers hanging on this plant. My husband needs to come and harvest some of these. These are really, oh, that one's not good. Let me get that old dead one off. A lot of these are just beautiful and they need to be picked. But these are the spicy ones, I think. Yeah, these are Santa Fe peppers. So these are hot peppers. But Wes requested them. He wanted them, so I kept his little Santa Fe alive. And now they're starting to make his peppers and they're turning red. So I need to get on to him and tell him, come get your peppers. This poor blue raised bed has just gone nuts. It has lost its mind. It is overtaken with the lemongrass and the mums. Lemongrass, tall stuff right there. Mums is right next to it. This basil right here. I think there's still even a couple of watermelon plants that are growing out of this, even though the watermelons are done. But this poor bed is just taken over, and the outside of it is covered with all these weeds that I need to just cut out or tear out or take down. So it's surrounded by weeds and full of herbs, and it's just growing over this and hiding it. It's almost hidden the whole poor raised bed there. So I got to do something with this. It's just happy. It's just thriving. I cannot believe this tomato plant. If you thought the season for tomatoes was over, this thing didn't get the memo. So it lived through the summer and wanted to go into fall. So maybe, just maybe, I mean, it's starting to throw off flowers, so maybe if the temperatures are right and the pollinators are good, maybe it can make us some tomatoes, but I haven't pulled it out yet or taken it down, and this thing's still going. This tomato plant is just happy and thriving, so I'm super impressed with this thing. And how in the heck is this pumpkin plant still going? Do y'all see that? The vine leads all the way back to that raised bed right there. It's planted in there, and it has grown and grown and grown and grown. Now it's throwing off more big pumpkin leaves and more flowers. I see more blooms on it, trying to make more pumpkins. It's not going to have enough time before winter to make a pumpkin, I don't think. I mean, it may surprise us and shock the crap out of us and actually make another pumpkin, but we've already gotten one pumpkin off this thing, and it's like growing some more and wanting to make another pumpkin. So this plant just, it wants to keep going, and I don't see a reason to tear it out, really. So yeah. So this is the other thing that I had to get done today. I'm going to cut up this, probably half this bag. I don't know how far I'll get through it, but it's going to be a half-gallon jar, so quite a bit of carrots. But I'm going to cut up a lot of these carrots. I'm going to peel them and then cut them into the little strips. I've done a video on this before, and I showed fermented carrots before, so I'm going to cut them into those same strips and put them in that fermentation juice and put them in the fridge and let them start fermenting. And fermented carrots are so good. They're so much like, I tried to describe it, and it doesn't matter if you use homegrown carrots or store-bought carrots. I happen to have store-bought carrots right now because it's not the season for carrots. It's not spring right now, so I don't have any carrots to go grab out of the garden, so I'm going to use what I got. But fermented carrots taste kind of like, I don't want to say pickles, but it tastes like kind of like pickled carrots. You know, it's fermented carrots, so it's like, it's got kind of a carrot flavor, but it's got that like little bit of a bite. It's got that vinegar, you know, acid flavor of a pickle that something you would expect that's fermented or pickled, you know, but a little kind of reminiscent of a carrot too. And it's got a nice crunch, and it's the best snack. I love it. I love snacking on this. And of course, all of our carrot peels and other, you know, produce excess and pieces and bits that we don't want go to the chickens. And the chickens very much appreciate carrot slices and peelings of carrots. They love any part of the carrot because it's nice and bright orange, and they just love anything that's colorful like that. And it's good for them. They like it. About that size is kind of what I'm going for. It's like a little carrot stick. So a lot of people make carrot sticks for their snacks, and this is the way I make a carrot stick for a snack. And I probably will cut up some of these and like save them in the fridge for dipping in ranch and peanut butter, but also fermentation. Fermentation is the way to go. Okay, and the next part of it is once you have your sticks, you just start putting it down in your fermentation juice. If you guys are starting this for the first time, you're going to want to do the salt to water ratio to make your brine. But if you have already got your brine because you've done this before and you still got your fermentation juice like I'm doing, you just stick the carrots right in. Winston, you've already been out. Don't cry. Winston. And here's the part where you got to do some finagling to get them all down in the juice. You want to get as many of them packed in there as you can. Just like last time, all covered in the juice and all squished down in it. Baby Winnie, oh, listen, I need you, listen to Winnie, so the baby sting. Okay, I think that's about all I'm going to fit in this jar with it being still covered by that liquid. So then you just close it up and put it in the fridge. And it's going to ferment. It's going to be a lovely snack. Another thing that we did that you guys might find a little strange, but those of you who harvest herbs or grow your own like greens and leafy stuff and lettuce and stuff may not find this so strange. So this is purslane. This is stuff that the leaves kind of look like succulent leaves almost, but it grows wild as a weed. You know, it's classified as a weed or whatever. And it's pretty invasive. You know, it grows everywhere and tries to take over. It's growing up through the weed fabric here. But this is not actually a weed, because a weed is a plant that you don't want, that doesn't have any purpose. Well, purslane has a wonderful purpose. Purslane is actually a superfood. Did y'all know that? Like, purslane has, it's got omega-3 fatty acids, like the same as like fish and stuff. And it's got all these vitamins in it, all these vitamins and minerals. It's packed full of nutrition. It's a nutrient-dense food. So once we found this out and researched it and realized that we've got purslane growing all over this place, all over this homestead, I was like, so how can we use that? Like, how can we incorporate that into our meals and stuff? So we decided to do something different. We were going to have a salad that night alongside with our protein or our meat. We were going to have a salad. So instead of buying lettuce, because it's not the season to grow lettuce, instead of buying lettuce at the store, we went outside and harvested a whole bunch of this purslane. And we got all the harder and longer stems off of it, and I only picked the tender, sweet, soft stems and the leaves, the leafy parts off the tips of them, and I separated all that out, washed it real good, and we put it in a big bowl in a big pan, and it was a salad. So we used purslane as a salad, and that's actually so much more nutritious than a regular salad. So we put this to use in our home and in our family. The weeds are feeding us, guys. The weeds are feeding us. And what most people think as weeds all over their land and in their yard, most people think, oh, that's just a weed. It's probably not. It probably has a medicinal use or an edible use. There's just so many things that I just don't know enough about and I need to research. But I'm so glad that we have all this abundance of purslane everywhere. And speaking of that, I'm going to harvest a bunch of it right now. I'm going to get a whole bunch of this while I'm out here so I can bring it inside and so I can clean it off and maybe give it to people that want it. I know some guys and some ladies that probably would love to have bundles of this and try it on their food or in a salad. So I'm going to harvest a bunch of this. Okay, it took me a while to get back out here. Life got busy, started doing everything, cleaning the house and prepping for dinner, and now we have a dinner guest over. We just got done eating tacos, and we have Maurice, which is Lily's boyfriend. It's amazing, y'all. I haven't mentioned that before, but you know how I keep talking about Zach? Zach is Sarah's boyfriend. Well, our next to oldest, our second one down, Lily, that y'all always praise and love so much because she's our baker and our herbalist. She has a boyfriend now. And I know she's a bit on the young side, but man, he is top shelf quality guy. Like, he's super impressive. We love him so much. His name's Maurice. And he's been coming over as much as Zach has. And he's been, like, you know, joining our family and being part of our family and spending time with us and getting to know us and everything. All the good things. All the good things. So we have just had dinner with him. And he's over spending time with the family, talking to them. And I just slipped out of the door for a second to come out and sneak out to my garden because I need to do this. I need to get all this snipped and trimmed up, and it's time to just clean up this bed. I just really want to see this yarrow flourish. I want to see this stuff like pop and be as beautiful and vibrant as it was. It just pleases my heart to no end. It pleases my soul to see all the things growing and green and luscious and say, I did that. I grew that, you know. I know it just does. I know it grows naturally on its own. I didn't create the plant. I'm not the creator. And it's not all on me. It's not all my glory and my praise and my honor. But I worked hard at this, you know, and I put effort into this, and then it happened. And it's a miracle to me that if you love something, if you show it love and cultivate something, if you put effort into something, you put praise and loveliness and kindness into something, it just turns out so well. It just flourishes. It just thrives. That works with plants, animals, and people, you know. Everything that you put love and kindness and effort into, it will pay you back. It'll all come back around to you. It will just get better. Everything just grows better and gets better with that love and that effort and that energy and that time and attention that you put into things. And I just wanted to put some love into my garden bed and some attention on it today and just, you know, show it that I appreciate it and care for it and that I want it to be successful. I want it to thrive and grow and be happy again. I know its potential and I want to see it reach its potential. So that's me playing out here in the cool of the evening tonight, just taking it all in, just enjoying all the dragonflies buzzing around and just listening to the crickets sing and just enjoying this cool, lovely, non-sweaty evening. This is a wonderful, wonderful evening in the garden. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I love you. Bye.